Hi, my name is Peter Comer and I'm a Teagasc ASSAP Advisor in County Mayo. Now, we've all heard a lot of talk recently about climate change and the environment, and these are two topics that are very real and urgent, and they're going to be with us for a long time to come. In this short video, I just want to pick out some of the heavy hitters really that farmers can implement right now that will have and make some improvement towards reaching Ireland's objectives. So the first one I'm going to pick out is the use of protected urea. I mean, this is something that every farmer can use and at no great cost to himself or herself. Protected urea, it greatly reduces nitrous oxide emissions, and it also reduces ammonia emissions significantly. So if farmers could switch from ordinary urea to protected urea, and also maybe switch maybe half of their current can usage over to protected urea, this will go a long way, as I say, towards reducing nitrous oxide emissions, which is a harmful greenhouse gas, and also the ammonia emissions, which is very important for air quality. A second area that I pick out is that of low emission slurry spreading. This is another big hitter especially in terms of reducing ammonia emissions, and it's something that most farmers could do easily enough. So by putting out low emission slurry spreading, it means that there's a lot less ammonia being released to the atmosphere, which is improving our air quality. Again, it's improving our biodiversity in that there's less nitrate falling back down on these natural areas. And because you get quicker incorporation of the nitrogen into the soil and the plants, there's less risk of nitrate leaching. So, and of course, the benefit of low emission slurry spreading to the farmer is that it increases the amount of nitrogen available in the slurry. So that should help cut costs for the farmer. So a win-win there. And of course, by increasing the nitrogen use efficiency then on the farm, you're getting more out of your slurry. This can help you cut chemical costs and cut chemical usage, and you can really increase your chemical usage efficiency if you get the liming right. Get your soil tested and make sure the pH is correct, so that that'll increase your chemical fertilizer efficiency. That's very important. Now, another big thing farmers can do right now on their farms is to hold on to whatever natural biodiversity is there on their farms. This natural biodiversity, it's very hard to replace, and it provides a really important function on every farm. Like, it provides spaces for wildlife, it helps reduce losses to water because of the plant roots and that. So naturally occurring biodiversity, really important to keep or to try and improve on the farm. We're losing a lot of this every year. The biggest losses come from land reclamation and drainage. And it would be great if there was schemes there in the future that would pay farmers maybe to hold on to the natural areas of biodiversity that they have, because they're such a great asset to the country. And I suppose one of the biggest bits of natural biodiversity we have in Ireland is the hedgerows, and they're great to see. But we are losing hedgerows again at an alarming rate, and many of the ones that we have, they're trimmed so that their biodiversity use is very limited. So it would be great if we could plant more native hedgerow species, and also for the ones that we have, if we could maybe stop over trimming them. Maybe the best rule there is do nothing. Leave them to their natural devices, and they'll be a real haven then for biodiversity. And finally then on to some other mitigation measures to do with water quality. I mean, I suppose the first place to start is really around the farmyard. Just make sure that there's no point source pollution from your farmyard. That's a big one. And then out on the land, well, all of the new nitrate action measures, they come into play there, like fencing off the drains and streams 1.5 meters back. Make sure you observe your buffer zones when you're going out with chemical fertilizer or slurry. Try and fence off the streams to protect or to prevent animals from gaining access to the streams and even lake shores. That's great. The less animal access, the better. Again, you will have to put in maybe alternative water sources such as nose pumps or maybe solar pumps if you don't have piped water available. A lot of the policy documents we mentioned, they're all policy, but I suppose a new scheme that's been introduced now is this signpost programme, which is really where farmers, about 100 farmers are being picked out around the country to try and put these policies into practical effect out on the farm. So hopefully in the near future we'll see demo farms putting these measures into place to cut down on greenhouse gases, improve biodiversity and improve water quality.